stir. Not going to play.
Raise 2,000.
And Feldman going to raise it up again. This time he's got a little bit more of a hand. He's got king, queen of diamonds.
Yeah, and I think Phil Ivey thinks this kid's raising a few too many pots.
7,000.
Feldman played a little bit on his back heels last year, and I'm wondering if maybe Ivey remembers that. You know Ivey remembers that. And maybe Ivey's going to take advantage of that.
I was going to say, Ivey doesn't forget too much. King Queen's not a very good hand to call 3-bet, and he calls. Wow. Well, he's got Phil Ivey dominated, but if he doesn't hit a piece of this flop.
5-5-10.
Well, that's the problem with king, queen. More often than not, you're going to miss the flop. And even when you hit the flop, you don't know if you're good.
So true, so true. Well, this is the longest pause for a check. I think we're going to see a check. Be pretty strong leading into a 3-better.
Talk about physical tell sometimes. If a player takes that long to check, what does that usually mean?
Well, one of two things. He doesn't have anything, or he's got a big hand. Usually it's one or the other in that situation.
11,000.
Yeah, in my experience, I found that most often when a player takes that long, he's trying to take a long time to almost make you think, or make you think I have something. So I'm going to check, and I'm going to think about it. And all he's going to do is check and fold.
This is actually an interesting scenario here. With this flop, Andrew Feldman could represent a hand, but I can't see him doing anything but folding right now. I mean, king high doesn't feel like it's the best hand here. It is, but it doesn't feel like it.
I mean, you're playing the hand out of position. You're playing the hand out of position against Phil Ivey. I mean, you talk about position. I asked you earlier, how much does position mean? This is evidence, isn't it?
It is very obvious that in all poker, position helps, but in particular when you're playing against the great players. Look at this.
Raise.
Wow.
28,500.
Now this is poker at the next level. Can Ivey outplay him though? Holy moly, I didn't see that coming.
Well, I still remember the hand when Ivey got the best of Feldman last year. I remember that hand so well. Ivey had a nut flush against Feldman's king high flush, and Feldman paid him off.
This feels fishy, and I think Phil Ivey might sniff this out.
Wow, this is great. See, this is the thing. Feldman so badly wants to outplay Ivey.
Holy moly. And now Feldman could be in trouble unless he hits that turn card, and he doesn't.
8.
And now what do you do if you're Feldman?
You know
Ivey
what?
Just called
you
your
know what I
check
do?
raise.
Pure and simple. I check and get ready to muck my hand, or I push all in right now.
Check.
Feldman only has 64,000 behind. The pot is 72.
Well, that's
Feldman
why
checks.
stack size, he could shove there and hope that he bluffs Phil Ivey out. I mean, Phil Ivey's completely floating Feldman here.
27,000.
Wow. I swear. I love Phil Ivey. I just love him. This is great.
This is poker at the highest level.
Straight out. Feldman so badly wanted to outplay Ivey. So badly. And Ivey knew it.
He sure did. He sniffed it out. I think part of it had something to do with his re-raise size, too. It was only 17,500.
And Ivey takes it down. Feldman mucks the hand. Welcome to the big leagues, buddy. You're playing with the big boys now. Phil Ivey shows him how it's done.
You're not a bad poker player there, buddy. I don't care what they say about you.
One of these days, Andrew Feldman is going to learn to stop messing